Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Robert Garcia. I'm the ranking member for the Oversight Democrats. We're here today, of course, for 2 days of depositions of both Secretary Clinton and former President Bill Clinton. So I'm going to have some general comments. We will actually be back out here to answer any questions once we've actually started the depositions, but we wanted to make some brief comments right now, and then we'll go ahead and go in and start. Let me just begin by saying that Oversight Democrats, from day one, we have said that we want to talk to anyone, any person with information about Jeffrey Epstein, about his crimes, about how he was able to get so much wealth. We will talk to any single person, whether that is a Democrat, a Republican, how much wealth they have, how powerful their position is. We want to talk to anyone. So we're happy to be here, and we're glad that both Secretary Clinton and former President Clinton are willing to talk to this committee. I also think it's important to note, I'm glad to see that we have our Republican colleagues here. There's a big group of them. I wish they would have joined us at the Les Wexner deposition, but I'm glad that they're here now to get questions answered. That is an important part of our investigation. Let me just add that as it relates to Secretary Clinton, who's here today, she has been very clear. She's never met Jeffrey Epstein. We have no evidence of her having any interactions with Mr. Epstein. And so I think that's important to note as we walk into this deposition. But I also want to say, which I think is very important, that at this very moment, the Department of Justice continues to lead a White House cover-up. And we're going to be demanding, even over these next few days, that the remaining files that have not been released get released to the public. And that includes new files that were just discovered in the last couple days of a survivor that has made serious accusations and allegations against not just Jeffrey Epstein, but also against President Trump, and about abuse that she suffered when she was a minor. We have seen the DOJ files and the archive manifest that clearly shows that the interviews and information around this survivor have been removed and are missing from the DOJ files. Where are these files? Who removed them? Those questions have to be answered. What we have is a survivor that we have verified, that others have verified, and those files are missing. And it's not just those. It's an additional 50% of files that are missing. It is unconscionable. It is illegal. And Pam Bondi and the president need to answer to where those files are. And that's going to continue to drive our work, not just today, but every single day until we get justice for the survivors. I'm going to have some of our members here make a few comments as well. I'll answer that. I'll answer that question. So let me go ahead and we're going to answer one or two questions. Let me just also say, I think today also sets a precedent. So I want to be very clear that we have said from day one that we want to talk to former President Bill Clinton. And the other person we want to talk to is current President Donald Trump. And so we should be very clear that now that we're going to hear from former President Clinton, I hope that Chairman Comer and the Republicans will join us in demanding that the person who actually appears more times in the files than the former president, who we want to speak with, is President Donald Trump. And so let's get President Trump in front of our committee to answer the questions that are being asked across this country from survivors and from those who have been brutally attacked and raped, sometimes as children. Let's release the files and answer one or two questions. Thank you.
So should the Clintons have come forward sooner to testify and be deposed in front of the committee? And also, what are the discussions with Republicans about bringing other administration officials like Lutnick, who are mentioned in these files, before lawmakers?
We want to hear from Howard Lutnick. Howard Lutnick, of course, said that he stopped communicating with Epstein, our Commerce Secretary, then goes on to visit Epstein's island, communicate with him, go into business with him, all of which was not disclosed. He should not be the Commerce Secretary right now. As it relates to the questions about the location was selected by Republicans. The majority controls where and how these depositions are done. We want to continue hearing from folks.
Just a question. What could they possibly ask Hillary Clinton all day? They've mentioned Maxwell at the wedding. And what questions, you said you're happy to talk to anyone. What questions do you have for Hillary Clinton, given that she said she has no connection?
We're gonna give the Secretary an opportunity to clarify any questions that Republicans might have, that we might have. Look, if she has any information that could be helpful to the investigation, we want to hear that. And so we're going to find out here. And we'll report back what's actually being asked. But broadly speaking, anyone that has any information, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, we want a nonpartisan investigation. And that's going to include ensuring that President Trump comes before our committee. Yes.
Do you have questions about the Clinton Global Initiative and the fundraising involved?
There's going to be questions asked about that. So thank you very much. We'll come back out. Thank you.
Thank you.